Welcome back to Challenge Gamers with more Lugs Legacy.
Lugs Legacy.
Today we have been endorsed
by dyslexia.
by Matthew Fox, who says, it's by the
who says,
please take over. Who
says Challenge Gamers is the internet equivalent of having your role dramatically reduced in a Brad Pitt movie.
So, please do my words.
We're going to decide whether to be Sir Hershey, the Barbarian, Lady Stephanie II, the Barbarian, or Sir Wallace, the Dwarf. Well, decision made. Thank you very much, sir.
I'm sure he's an archmage first before dwarf. But...
Nope. You always look at the person and see what sort of mutations they have before you see the person for who they are. Is that the right way around?
Label them. People are like books. They need labels.
I like that. You should label everyone by the cover of the book. Because the book's always shit and the cover's shit.
Right,
I think we kind of went a little off topic there. Let's carry on playing with a game of Rogue's Legacy.
Rogue's Legacy. Right, so this time, since I kind of died right at the end of the last episode, Hawkeye's having a run. While he goes through, I picked up on a little news story today, and I know it won't be today when this episode goes up.
No, regardless, it's today. Regardless of when you're watching this, it was today this came out. Literally the very day you're watching this. Every time.
I really hope it doesn't happen every day, because this is quite something. In America, the Economic Development Administration Department, who monitor economic growth, job rates, things like that. They was informed a couple of years ago that they had malware on the system.
Yeah.
Standard really.
It happens.
It's just a bit of a computer cleanup, and then next thing you know, malware's gone. Just run on with life as you would normally. What do they do?
Well, I imagine being part of a government agency, they just sort of cleared off the malware. Probably just run a safety check and it upgraded their firewall just to stop any sort of standard malware coming through. Is that what happened?
No, my good sir. They decided it would be a good idea, firstly, to hire somebody in to check all these security checks. After disregarding completely all advice given by the government.
The security
clean
force.
The system up.
The government's own security team, yeah.
They disregarded this information. Paid 800,000, was it pounds or dollars?
Dollars. $820,000.
To hire somebody in and find out what they should do. They gave a bit of a false truth of yeah, your system's more or less fine.
You just paid me $800,000. I'll say whatever the fuck you want.
So that's the easiest paycheck he's ever got. But then, what did the agency decide would be a good idea to deal with the situation?
Well, I imagine at least being paid $800,000, he did tell him how to clear out the malware, efficiently, and what to do if it happens in future.
He did, but they chose to disregard this.
I'm seeing a pattern forming here.
What they did is they invested more money into physically destroying monitors, cameras, printers, mice, keyboards, any piece of electronic equipment that could be infected with malware.
The EDA, is it something where...
Electronic Destruction Agency.
that's we need to set up the Department of Electronic Destruction. Any volunteers? Well, I'm from the Middle Ages. I think it's all witchcraft. I'll do it. How did they get jobs? How were they?
The worst thing is, it's not only a job, but it's a government agency. They are high up.
They're actually employed to make sure that areas in America which are struggling with economic growth develop. Maybe this is why there is a struggle with economic growth, because obviously they're all idiots from the wrong era. Wow,
that life lasted long. I just don't see how anybody in such a position can decide it's a good idea to physically destroy equipment in case it's been infected. Surely they know electronics don't work like that.
Well, you never know. someone could have sneezed on the camera, passed on the virus this way. You know, I've seen Contagion. I know how it happens.
Next thing, to be fair, it's a good job they didn't start culling people who have been using the equipment. You're infected!
I do like...
You've been home. I'm sorry, but your wife and children must die.
I do like the article itself is where it says, like, there's a... How did they refer to it? It's like, is it a gradual overreaction? Like, at first they sort of slightly overreacted. But then it progressively got worse and worse as it...
I think it was worded as systematic.
A systematic overreaction to the malware issue.
Anytime something could have got worse, they made it worse.
I mean, going, oh, there's a slight virus which just needs clearing on our. I wonder if they actually destroyed the servers as well.
Oh.
Like, can you imagine? They probably didn't understand.
There was electronic pieces of equipment.
They probably
thought they was run by messenger pigeons.
They thought it was like they're actually constantly putting more and more hamsters into it just to get more power to the server.
It didn't say, but they had to spend another 5,000 cleaning up all the bed seed that they'd thrown in there to feed the messenger pigeons.
They used pigeons and it was like, this is how the virus happened. Pigeons are notoriously venomous. This is how the virus got in. Oh look, another journal. Who's writing these journals?
I don't know.
I think it's meant to be us, although the journal's already written there for us. Because he keeps referring to himself as I.
It's a good job because I can't be bothered with writing in this situation.
Also,
this isn't happening.
No, it's not. You should
Nope.
have should have dropped and then done the double jump.
Hindsight's a beautiful thing. Don't judge me now.
By the way, if you think that Hawkeye was smart and his idea would work, why don't you leave a comment about it? Rate, like, and subscribe.
If you liked our story.
If Hypocritical's stupid, like, comment, subscribe, rate, share with your friends. If you have no opinion on this, like, comment.
You know what you must do.
Jesus, it is ridiculously warm today. I am, again, regardless of when you're watching this, it's today. This very day is warm. My balls are stuck into my leg. On this very day, regardless of when you're watching this.
My
Remember
balls are
this.
stuck onto your leg.
Just think about it. just think for 1 second. Look all the money you're getting. You're like the Jewish knight.
I will not spend a penny, Sharon. I am rich now.
I am going to hoard all this gold.
I'm going to bury it in my secret hidey hole. Like a dog.
Yep.
Bye then.
Can I ask a question?
What's there?
Why have you got like Instagram filters on? Like, it's like a teenage girl's sort of Instagram page.
I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I heard about this social media shit.
I've heard it's for social media. Social media.
And as you say, all the girls use it.
It's one of those like words where sometimes I like to really screw up on words and it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, one word that I do always seem to manage to fuck up on quite a lot is if you're describing your iPod or your Samsung or your smartphone music generator, as the EDA would call witchcraft generator, then I always seem to mess up on the word shuffle. I always say shuffle, as in, like, not shuffling, but shovel, as in digging with a spade and shovel.
I seem to mess up on Logs Legacy.
On intros.
Any form of words.
Matthew Fox is another one that seems to be messed up on.
I don't know what you mean. Don't make me laugh. I'm a step away from a coffin fit here.
And I think
Contained.
contained.
Not very well.
Contained like the malware virus at the EDA.
I like talking about this sort of shit. We need to find more stories.
Oh, next time. This is a giant pic. Oh. There we go. Here's a little bit of self-awareness. It's breaking down the fourth wall of the developers.
It's one of their games, I'm guessing.
Yeah. The people that made this, they made a lot of cool games. One of them I actually do remember playing, and it was Don't Shit
yourself.
Yourself.
I remember that one. I think it was on Newgrounds
Yeah.
originally. I think
Um.
it was that style. I can't remember, but I remember the game. You just had to stop a man from shitting himself by telling. I don't
Using
know how,
text.
but by telling him not to. I assume.
Yeah, it was like basically like a text adventure, like the old DOS text adventures.
The thing is, it was over the toilet. What's the issue?
I think it's because he hadn't quite pulled down his pants. We should probably say next time on Challenge Gamers and decide what's going to happen, but probably much more the intro screen, I imagine, of Logue's Legacy.
And we're not far away from this point.
Next time, Logue's Legacy. We'll find the game.